A little bit about that, and hopefully also a little bit about what that means, those different understandings, what they mean in the practice of a profession. What would that be, or rather in the practice of educating professionals, isn't it?
Well, this could be applied in many ways.
Okay, but I'll leave the floor to you, and
Thank you.
Looking forward to your presentation.
Hello, everybody. Good to see you. I'm Lars. I teach at the Teacher Training College at this institution. I also teach at the Institute of Didactics in Copenhagen. And I've been told that when we use the word didactics when we Danes speak English, it might be misunderstood. I've looked it up in the dictionary, and it's true. It doesn't necessarily mean what we mean by it. Didactics in the dictionary, in the English dictionary, means it's very teacher-centered education. The teacher is steering and controlling and almost harming the pupils in the classroom. That is the word, meaning by the word didactics, in contrast to dialogue and child-centered forms of education. What we Danes and the Germans also mean by didactics is something completely different, and I hope you know that. You do not. What is meant and what I mean by didactics is simply planning, carrying through, and evaluating teaching. So it's instrumental in some ways, but it doesn't need to be teacher-centered. It doesn't need to rule out the pupils or the students' own experiences, their knowledge, and their motivations of any kind. Okay, so I hope we got that straight, and I'll try to move on. I did my PhD on theory and practice gap, and I will tell you a small story of it. I've added, I don't know how it's possible to read this with all this lightning, but whatever, you can have the handout later. I put on my email address. You're most welcome to contact me. I've also put a webpage, and on this webpage you can find more literature that I've written, more articles that I've written. Some of it are just papers not published, but you can, but it's in English, so it's more easy to read. You're most welcome. And I have an article on its way on this topic, and when it's done, and I'm guessing it will take about 6 months, because now we are in the review process, I will let Jasper send it to you. Okay. But I will start out by giving you a task. You know the theory and practice problem. That is a problem we've had in the Western world for 2,500 years. So it's an old thing, old stuff. So maybe we are so used to talk about the theory and practice relation that it's almost sort of too obvious. You know, in Danish we have a saying that is you cannot see the forest for all the trees, because it's so obvious. So what I want you to do now is try and just take 5 minutes, try and make a small model of how theory and practice are related. It doesn't need to be a big drawing or carried out on a big PowerPoint, but try and draw a small model of how theory and practice are related in your mind. And then discuss it with your partner. Discuss the similarities and differences you had in your different models, and try and reflect on why you agree and disagree. Okay? Can you do that? And we will talk about it together in 5 minutes.
Sure.